Hi there, I'm Melanie Carr, life coach. Okay, erotic fantasies and the energy that generates in your life and how to use that energy on a playful and fun way in many different ways. Sometimes it can be with your couple, with yourself, with the fantasy you have that you're thinking in your own mind on your own, or even between friends and people in your family that you feel very comfortable with, and you can play and have some fun. And sometimes it's not always about making comments about sex or about erotic sexual things, but sometimes just the play on attraction. And sometimes that play on attraction between two people can just be even between two friends. Like when you say to a girlfriend, "Oh, mamacita, you look so great wearing that, and you look hot, and you're gonna attract some guy tonight," or whatever. It's just it's a fun way of creating an energy between people. And lately I've been experimenting a lot with this energy with friends and with my partner and even in my own mind, because if you can keep that bubbly, fresh, kind of fun, laughing and making fun comments that make people feel beautiful, that make people feel sexy and enjoy their lives around you. Now, with a couple, there's so many things you can do to create that kind of energy in your relationship. And it's very healthy, and it's very creative, and it's very erotic, and it generates a lot of creative energy between you and your partner. And it can be something so simple as a phone call where you pretend you don't know who the person is, and you say, "Who is this I'm speaking to?" and start to make a play on kind of flirting and having fun. Or it can be something as monogamish as going to a place to dance and pretending as a couple that you're going to pick up another person and make it into an erotic fantasy that there might be another person with you and maybe a threesome, and then make a play or a fantasy with your couple about it, and then don't take that person home with you, but go home together just with your couple, with all the energy of the fun play on the fantasy of having a threesome, but not actually carrying out those kind of things. And it works in so many different ways with any kind of fantasy that we have in our lives, but it creates a fresh and a new and a very exciting and erotic energy with your couple. So it can be something, you can take it to a whole nother level on something that maybe that your boyfriend likes the idea of being with two women. So you can play a game about that, but both of you should know you're playing a game about that, and that you're not going to carry out anything in the real 3D world. It's just a fantasy. And usually this is the best way for most of the fantasies to be part of the erotic energy in your relationship, but not actually something that you're actually going to carry out, because of there's so many ways that can go so wrong, and it can be so dangerous and affect the relationship in a very unhealthy way. So you want to have play on those things and to use the energy from that. And it can be something so simple, just as a flirting and playing and having, glances with your eyes and your smile, and, sending a sexy photo or doing just things like that, where you're generating that energy in your relationship with your partner. And then together you're using all of this energy to create, to have a fun and a happy, a fulfilling and a very, with the laughter and the flirtiness, you keep your erotic energy and your attraction with the other person. And it's a constant and beautiful way to show the other person that you love them and that you're connected with them. And you're always generating that connection with them with your eyes, or with a touch, or with words, or playing, and making jokes or having fun moments with them throughout the day, you can constantly generate this kind of energy with your friends, with your family, your coworkers, because it doesn't always have to be a sexual energy. And this is a great example where we can take the erotic energy and we can bring it from something so simple as a comment to a girlfriend about how beautiful she looks and that she's going to attract someone today and make her laugh and giggle, or something so sexual as making a fantasy with your couple that you're going to invite another man or another woman into the relationship and play a game, go to a restaurant or dancing and play a game that you're going to do this, but you both know that you're only role playing a game, that you're not actually going to. They call this monogamish. There's a great talk actually in TED Talks about this called monogamish. And I love the concept. I love the concept because it's such a safe and fun way of playing with fantasies and generating that kind of energy with your couple and keeping that flame of that attractive erotic energy alive in your relationship. And it's really, so many people say, no, after 8 months, the attraction wears off, and then you go into the love phase, and then everything becomes more boring, but it's different, but it's lovely because it's love. Well, it doesn't have to wear off after 8 months or however long the attraction period lasts. You can keep that energy in your relationship alive by just having these moments where you're constantly sharing and you're constantly generating this erotic and this fantasy, sexual fantasy energy with your couple or with the people around you, because this is where we can clearly see that it doesn't have to be sexual. It can be fun. It can be just a flirty comment. It can be just a beautiful gift that you give to a girlfriend where you say, you're going to look really beautiful in that. And I think that guy you like is going to really be turned on by you. And she giggles and she feels that energy. And there's absolutely nothing sexual between you and the other person. So this is where we have to understand that those energies are not necessarily sexual energy. And that all of this creative erotic energy is so healthy and so motivating and so full of this vibration that is creative and fun. And then as we're living our life, we're working with that energy and we're generating that energy with the people around us, with our interactions, and we're keeping that beautiful flame of erotic energy alive in our relationships, also with our couple. And this can also be done by yourself. You can literally make this kind of play with yourself. Hey, I'm going to get dressed up today and go do this and get my nails done. Or I'm going to put on something that makes me feel sexy, and make some little jokes with yourself about yourself, and have a little dance in front of the mirror, or put on some sexy music, and you can get your own creative erotic energy flowing in your own life. It's your responsibility to generate this with yourself and the people around you. And as you are sharing that with other people, you will also receive it back into your life. That you can have those kind of bubbly and fun and inspired energy at any moment you choose. And it's a great frequency to be living your life on. We don't have to be so serious. We don't have to be so, in our workplace and depending on where we're at, we have to be careful how we share our energy. But we really can incorporate on a very heart-centered and above and respectful level, this energy that we can have just being generated through our day and our interactions. So this is the idea of the erotic fantasy energy in our lives. And it doesn't just have to be these kind of dense sexual fantasies where people are getting into trouble and going to swinger clubs and having a difficult experiences in their relationship, because statistically very few people are able to manage those kind of more serious and more dense sexual experiences with their couple. But we can use a lot of those fantasies and things on a much more creative, healthy level, and still keep a monogamous relationship, or with someone, or even with ourselves if we're not prepared at this time to be in a relationship with someone. we can create those energies for ourselves. And we can also create those energies for our friends and people that we have trust and that we have that a little bit higher communication or a little bit more connected communication with. And it changes, it makes our life fun and full of energy. And so that's kind of my tip for the day. Try it out and let me know what you think. Send a comment down below and start getting the idea in your mind that it's not about sexual energy, it's about erotic, creative, intimate energy that we want permeating through our lives. Have a great day.